Traveling can be quite scary if you are a solo traveler, but how much more if you're traveling during the pandemic? If you are like me who wants to brave it out and travel during COVID, this video is for you. Before we proceed, keep in mind that everything on this video is DIY, and I poured in hours, if not days, of research to make this trip possible. This might help you, this might not. Take what resonates, char. This is not tarot card reading or horoscope, and go away. I live in Binalbagan. It's 2 hours away from Bacolod City, where the airport is located. Bacolod, Manila domestic travel doesn't require a lot of requirements as compared to before. Please check with your destination if they have additional requirements you need to comply before traveling. Better be safe and spend more money. When I arrived at the airport, they required me to download the Trace app as they are going to scan the QR code generated by the application. You can download it beforehand to avoid the hassle of downloading it at the airport. I checked in online, so I just needed to drop my luggage at the check-in counter, and then I'm ready to go and wait for the plane at my boarding gate. Please print out all your documents for easy checking at the airport. So here are the requirements I prepared to be able to travel from the Philippines to Bangkok, Thailand. RT-PCR COVID test. I did this 2 days before my flight, as it's also required by the Airbnb building I stayed in Manila. I did my test at Red Cross Bacolod, booked it online, and did it at 10 a.m. and got my results emailed to me at 11 p.m. the same day. Passport. So you will not be allowed to travel internationally if you don't have this requirement. Make sure you have at least 6 months validity in your passport before it expires, or you will not be allowed to travel. And pass. This is the main requirement to be allowed entry in Thailand. The application is all done online. I had my approval with QR code emailed to me in less than 24 hours after my application. Please take note that response time may vary. I have read that attaching files in JPG file instead of PDF or PNG or any other formats is better. Make sure all information required is shown in file attached to help with expediting the process. Certificate of vaccination. Just to note that Thailand accepts unvaccinated tourists, but they are required to quarantine longer, at least 2 weeks from their arrival in Thailand. I was fully vaccinated, so I was able to do the test and go scheme, in which I will need to stay at the hotel until my results come out in less than 24 hours. On that note, I acquired a yellow vaccination passport from the Bureau of Quarantine. I booked an online appointment, paid 370 pesos, showed up to my appointment with my requirements, and in less than 15 minutes, I got a yellow passport with my vaccination details. Insurance. One of Thailand Pass requirements is having an insurance with $50,000 health insurance that includes COVID coverage. I choose AXA Thailand Sawastika Insurance as it is specifically made for Thailand Pass applications. I paid around 6,000 pesos for 30 days of coverage. ASQ booking or alternative state quarantine booking. This is your proof that you have booked a quarantine hotel or facility when you arrive in Thailand. I paid around 6,000 pesos for mine, which is 1 night stay. That also includes airport pickup, COVID tests, and 3 complimentary meals. They also gave me an antigen test kit that I need to administer on the 6th day out of quarantine. Thailand Accommodation. The Philippines and Thailand Immigration will ask for your accommodation address in Thailand. Sometimes they ask for proof of booking as well, or a letter from a friend plus additional documents if you're going to stay in their home. Return ticket. This won't be a problem if you're just a tourist that will come home after your short vacation. But if you're like me wanting to be a digital nomad, to travel for longer with no destination in mind, this can be quite tricky. Your options can be booking a dummy ticket online. Is it real? It is. It's a real booking, but you won't be charged for anything aside from the fee you paid when you book the service. They will email a real itinerary with your name and details of the flight. Bureau of Immigration Declaration Form. You can find this form online. Make sure to print it out and fill it out with the necessary information needed. This form states that you are fully aware of all the rules and regulations, including the risk of traveling during the pandemic. It also asks for your reason why you are traveling. As a solo female traveler, pandemic or not, the immigration officials have the discretion to ask for more documents to support your travel. This helps them prevent human trafficking and avoid people illegally working abroad on a tourist visa. I prepared the following documents to be on the safe side in case they ask. Employment details. Are you employed? Do you have a business? Properties? For me, I included contracts, salary payments, business registrations, and profits as proof that I can afford to travel and that I am not looking to work illegally in another country. Successfully arrived in Thailand a month ago. Rules and regulations might have changed and will continue to change, so continue to read and research. Better be safe than spend more money.